You told someone, didn't you?
They paid better than you.
You
No!
Hi everyone!
Hey!
Welcome back to our channel today. Today we talk about another game.
Yeah, Rise of the Tomb Raider. And just as with everything on this channel, quick heads up, there will be spoilers in this throwback review, and this was all recorded on a PlayStation 4 Pro, what you're seeing right now.
Yes, this is the second Tomb Raider game I played.
Yeah, and it's pretty exciting, you know, after last week, we reviewed Ghost of Tsushima on the channel. I didn't really know what to kind of show Yajing, but I did think that the second Tomb Raider game, Rise of the Tomb Raider, would be kind of a good next step.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Better than the first one, but I like the first one's story.
Yeah, I agree with you. I guess that's a great place to start. The story of the first Tomb Raider for this generation of consoles that we're dealing with, and this was a PS4 Pro. Again, it kind of came out on PS3 and the generation prior as well. But I enjoyed that story more. The story of Himiko and the Japanese kind of empress in this lost island.
Because there was a few times they tried to escape the island and they couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Because the curse. Every time they try to escape to make me feel like maybe they can do this time. Maybe they can do this time, you know?
Right.
And maybe they can break something, maybe the curse is not real.
Yeah.
But every single time they just prove the curse is real, and they have to back to the source and to resolve the problem.
Yeah, this game has none of that. We'll just kind of cut that there.
Yeah.
There is no kind of trapped in an area, kind of not able to get off of an island. It actually doesn't take place on an island at all, this one. It's kind of in the mountains and in the desert.
Yeah, but this time they do have like flashback. Like not every single time, but when sometimes she got hurt. It's flashback to England, like how she found out her dad's dead, and how he died.
Yeah.
And why she needs to come here.
Yeah, and I did like that about this game. It kind of brought back in the Tomb Raider lore of her father, which I really enjoyed from the old school Tomb Raider games, but yeah, this one definitely didn't have a story that kept me as kind of engaged as the first Tomb Raider game in this trilogy of games.
Yeah, I don't know if they have orders, like they have which one is the first one, second one, like the Japanese, the gangster game.
Yakuza?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point. You know, the Tomb Raider series itself, I've played all of the Tomb Raider games, which I know for some of you listening and watching right now, probably you're thinking, why would you play some of those older ones? Because, granted, the older Tomb Raider games, the original ones from Core Design, some of them weren't that great, but I'm definitely, I know the story of Tomb Raider, and this series, definitely kind of takes it in a new direction and kind of switches some things up. With that said, though, I like to take this series, this trilogy, I should say, at face value for what it is, because it's not the Tomb Raider games of old, and it's not the same story. You're not going to get Von Croy or anything like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So moving on from the story then, let's talk about the sound design.
The song?
Yeah.
I think the song did better than the first one, to be honest.
Yeah, if you all remember from our first Tomb Raider review, we actually had to turn off the sound because Yajing kind of didn't like all the sounds going on. We kept everything on except the music in the first game that came before this. But in this one, we kept all of the music on as well.
Yes, I think this time I won't get that nervous or scared. But I think it did a little bit better than last time.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. And yeah, overall, I liked it. The sound design. It's still, you definitely feel when Laura, fails at something, and she's definitely very vocal.
Yeah.
I think the voice acting was really good as well.
I just don't know why every time when she dies, she has to scream like that.
Yeah, we won't play any of those clips, but yeah, she makes some definitely strange sounds.
Yes, strange to me.
But yeah, okay. Yeah, let's talk about the gameplay. Because there are some new moves in this game from the prior Tomb Raider game in the series. Yeah, you kind of have these rope swings and grappling that you can do. But what did you think about the gameplay in general?
Reasonable. Like every time I try to remember the L1 and R2, like jump is X. But I think it's the controlling like the first one, pretty similar. So it's pretty reasonable to me.
Okay. Yeah, I would say it's very similar to the first game in terms of controls and everything. I enjoyed it a lot. I definitely enjoyed it. But yeah, I would say the first game felt a little bit tighter to me. I'm not sure why exactly, but it did feel a little bit tighter overall. There were a lot of accidental deaths in this game where we'd have to like play a thing over and over. But I think that's par for the course with Tomb Raider games. But yeah, it just felt like there were more in this one than the Tomb Raider game that came before it.
One thing I cannot skip it, what you just said, you really, really like this game. And my question is, you like this game more than the Ghost of Tsushima?
No. I will say it's definitely, if we're comparing this and Ghost of Tsushima is way better than this, in my opinion. I really enjoy Ghost of Tsushima, but I also really enjoyed this game. Let's also just talk real quickly about the graphics.
Okay.
In this one.
They definitely did much better than the last Tomb Raider game I played.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I am playing this on the PS4 Pro with kind of the graphics mode on, so it really should look as good as it can on the PS4 Pro. But yeah, this one was made, you can tell, for better hardware than the prior Tomb Raider game in the series.
Her hair definitely look more natural and smoothly.
Yeah, and I would say the characters overall look better.
I think it's the same face, just they make it better looking.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and the end, I also, you said, you asked this question, I don't have the answer. But it's also in my mind is, where's the other members of her team?
Yeah, going back to the story for a second, it's a beautiful game, we both like the graphics, but yeah, the story definitely threw me off in this one. Because going from the original, or the prior Tomb Raider game, where you had this cast of crew members that you left this island with, you only see Jonah in this one. I don't know what happened to Sam. I don't know what happened to the other girl that was on there with you. But yeah, overall, you only see Jonah, and it was kind of a bummer for me because, what happened to Sam? Sam was a massive part of the prior game.
Yeah, and Jonah also in the game, I thought he died.
Yeah, they make it seem like he dies, and then somebody says like, oh, he's almost near his end, and you're like, okay, but his eyes just rolled back in his head and his eyes closed, and it looked like he died, so...
But he didn't.
Yeah, they kind of did a Marvel trick with Jonah, which Yajing knows is not my favorite kind of storytelling. And I just feel like the prior game was written better. At least more engaging. It also felt longer somehow. This one was pretty short.
Yeah. I think we pushed it through very hardly.
Yeah, I agree. You know, we did just kind of play from point to point in this one. I'd beaten this game twice before, but I guess one thing to keep in mind is there is plenty of replay value. You know, there's a lot of side missions you can do. There's a lot of challenge tombs you can do. A lot of reason to go back to the game after you've beaten it. But yeah, it's not the longest game. There's, I think, 11 main areas. So kind of 11 chapters you can think of it has, and yeah.
Yeah. I just don't understand why I always so nervous in this game. And in the Ghost of Tsushima, I'm just so confident.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I can't find out why. I don't have the answer.
Yeah, I wish you all kind of could see the contrast of her playing a game like Ghost of Tsushima where she'll do everything on her own, but when we play a Tomb Raider game, as soon as she kind of gets into like a firefight or something, yeah, when there's enemies, she just pauses and hands me the controller. And usually she turns the camera like all the way around before she hands me the controller. So yeah, it's definitely a contrast, but I am curious. I think with that, we can go ahead and give this one our review score.
Yeah, what's your score?
Out of 5?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, so out of 5 stars, I would give this game a 4.2 out of 5 stars. I think it's a great game, but I'm just not... it's not my favorite in this trilogy, I'll put it that way. Is it worth playing? Absolutely. I think it's worth your time, especially if you like Tomb Raider games or action-adventure games. But with that said, I did enjoy the prior Tomb Raider game quite a bit more. How about you? What would you rate this one out of 5?
You ready? 3.8.
3.8. Okay.
Yeah, I still want to be honest.
Yeah.
3.8.
Okay. Any reason why?
You know, I shouldn't compare this game with the Ghost of Tsushima. I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't. But unfortunately, the Ghost of Tsushima I played, you know, it's the last game I played before this one. So yeah, the controlling of the buttons, I'm so used to it.
Sure.
Yeah, and the graphic, everything, like the way how you play the game, you know, sometimes the Ghost of Tsushima, I always feel very smoothly when you play. Yeah. When you make any movement, I feel very clear, smoothly and clear. But this one, not that clear to me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think animations wise, and it's not quite up to par with some of the other games we've kind of played recently. But yeah, that's a 4 out of 5 stars from us for Rise of the Tomb Raider. I'd be very curious to hear your thoughts on the game. And yeah, what did you think? Have you played Rise of the Tomb Raider, and do you agree with us? Do you think it's a good game, but maybe not as good as some other games in the genre?
Yeah, even I don't play a lot of the game person. I know this game, they have so many like series, like the different, you know. So I just don't know how many you guys played, and have you played often? This is my second one. I believe I will play another one.
Yeah, definitely.
In the future.
Yeah, look forward to seeing another one of these from us in the future, at the very least.
Yeah, just let us know, and we want to know what do you think of.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for stopping by the channel today. We always appreciate you stopping by and checking out our videos. With that in mind, we have another travel video for you at the end of this week, so feel free to stop by for that one too.
And thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Bye.